Hello everyone. So today we are going to read about the theme and the message of the chapter A Letter to God. So let's start. The story A Letter to God by G.L. Fuentes highlights immense power in man's innocent faith in God. It teaches us that if man has childlike faith in God, and with this faith man asks God for help, God responds, though through his own peculiar ways, but fulfills man's any urgent, legitimate desire. So firstly, we'll discuss about the difficult word meanings. The first word is immense. Immense means extremely large or great. Faith means belief. Peculiar means strange. Legitimate, valid. And desire means will, a person's will, ichha in Hindi. So, the story A Letter to God by G.L. Fuentes, dear children, it talks about the extreme power in man's innocent belief in God. It teaches us that if the man has childlike faith in God, if the man has very innocent faith in God, and with this faith he asks for the help from God, God responds, God gives the answer. Though the God has some very strange ways of fulfilling your desire, fulfilling your valid desire, but he does respond. As in this chapter, A Letter to God. In this story, Lencho, an innocent farmer, had immense faith in God's goodness and generosity. After his crop was destroyed in a storm, he wrote a letter to God requesting him to send him 100 pesos. And his faith was rewarded. God helped him through the postmaster. Since the postmaster was able to manage only 70 pesos, he sent them all to maintain Lencho's faith in God. The innocent Lencho thanked God for his help, and he also wrote another letter to God asking him to send 30 more pesos. He appealed to God to send the money through some other means, as he suspected the post office employees were crooks. Now, generosity means kindness. So, dear children, in the story, we saw that there was an innocent farmer named Lencho, and he had extreme faith in God's goodness and kindness. And when his crops got destroyed in a storm, he wrote a letter to God, and he requests the God to send him 100 pesos. And the God listens to his valid desire, and the God answers him. His faith was rewarded, means Lencho's faith was rewarded, given the prize by the God by giving the answer. And God helped Lencho with the help of postmaster. As the postmaster was able to manage only 70 pesos, but he sends those 70 pesos to Lencho so that Lencho's faith could not be shattered on God. The innocent Lencho thanked God for his help, and he also wrote another letter to God, and he asked the God to send him 30 more pesos. And he appealed to the God to send the money through some other means, through some other ways, as he suspected the post office employees were crooks, as he had doubt on the post office employees that they were the crooks, they were the criminals who stole his money. So this is the theme of A Letter, dear children. The theme is the immense power in man's innocent faith in God. Now we'll discuss about message of the chapter, A Letter to God. The story, The Letter to God, gives the message about the faith and belief in the God which Lencho had. At the same time, when his crops were destroyed, he finds God to be the person who would help him. His faith in God made the money reach him. So, the message of this chapter, dear children, is faith and belief of an innocent farmer on God. When Lencho's crops got destroyed due to the storm, he finds the only source of help for him was God. So he wrote a letter to the God to send him 100 pesos, and God fulfills his desire by sending money to him. And there is another message in this chapter, dear children, which can be pointed out in the humanity. Humanity means the quality of being humane. And the example of being humanity, of being humane, or the example of humanity was given in this chapter by the postmaster. Because what he did, he tried to help Lencho by collecting at least 70 pesos because he does not want to shake the faith of Lencho on God. So that's all with today's part. I hope you have understood the theme and the message of the chapter, A Letter to God.